I just got back from London and I stayed in a different hotel every night for 7 nights. And now I am sharing my 5 favorites with you.
Showcase suggestions, where I share travel tips and lists of 5 to help make traveling with kids a little easier.
One of the things that I'm constantly doing is actually experiencing the places that I send my travelers. I'm not going to send my travelers to some place that I don't feel confident is going to be a good fit for them. And so it's really important to me to make sure that I either have a great partner that I trust and know is going to recommend the right properties, or I experience them myself. So I invest my time and money into doing trips called FAMs, or familiarization trips. And those let me experience the hotels and resorts that I would recommend to my clients. And so I just got back from a FAM in London and it was wonderful. I did a video on some of the experiences we did that you can book with Showcase the World Travel, so check out that video. But this one, we're talking about the 5 hotels that I loved the most. I do have my 5 favorite hotels from prior to this, so I'll make sure I hit the subscribe button and I'll put those in a separate video. But these are just the ones that I experienced on this trip. The first one's the Corinthia. I had never heard of the Corinthia before. It's a fairly newer resort. It's a little bit more modern. It was redone in, I believe, 2016 or 2018, so something like that. It used to be a war office, and it's in the Whitehall area. It used to be a war office. It's kind of near the embankment, so it's a really great central location. Super modern rooms, more of a residential feeling, so great suites, a little bit more space, and the food, every single restaurant was amazing. The lobby was so welcoming. I just really, really liked the Corinthia. I loved the team there, and I'm going to go back and say the food again because we had multiple meals there, and every single meal was delicious. We had one in the Winter Garden, which was some of the best food I've ever had. So I really, really enjoyed the Corinthia. The Stafford. The Stafford is over in St. James, which is kind of near Buckingham Palace. So more on the royal side, closer to Mayfair, those types of things. Not necessarily the tourist area. It's a little more residential, but it's over near the parks and shopping and things like that. And just quintessential. It just has that quintessential. It's an old townhouse that was converted, and you just feel like you're in a historic London townhouse. But the rooms are bright and airy and large. They do have suites for families and connecting rooms for families. The view, you look out over the rooftops of St. James, so you feel like you are in Mary Poppins, which like literally brought a tear to my eye. And it was just such a lovely hotel, and the meal there was delicious as well. It's like the Game Bird. Oh my goodness, the food was so good. And they have a really cool American bar there if you're looking for something a little less formal. I also loved the Milestone. The Milestone, again, is a little bit off the beaten path. It's on the border of Kensington Gardens, which I normally wouldn't recommend for people who are going for a first trip, because you want to be closer to the tourist attractions down in this Westminster area. But this is perfect because it's near Kensington Gardens. So if you have young kids, these are all suite style rooms, and they're all different. So definitely cool there. And then you can just let the kids run around Kensington Gardens to let out energy or to relax after a long day. There's playgrounds there, and so it's just a nice location for families to enjoy. The Marriott County Hall is one of the best locations, I think. It looks out over the Thames. It's the building that you see right behind the London Eye. I looked out my window and I could see the London Eye right there. It's kind of really, really cool. And then across the Thames is Big Ben. So you have the Eye, you have Big Ben. You can take a water taxi from right there down to the East End, or Greenwich, or the Tower of London. The water taxi is right there. And then you can walk down to Buckingham Palace. It's less than a mile. So it's a really, really great location. That's the Marriott County Hall. And it used to be the hall of the county, and now it's a hotel, and just really, really great location. I liked that when they have family rooms and they have family packages as well that will include goodies for the kids. The last one is the Savoy, which is the premier hotel in London. It was the first luxury hotel. It was built with the profits from Gilbert and Sullivan, and the rooms there are fabulous. It might not be within everyone's budget, but maybe end there for a night or two. It's right near the West End, Trafalgar Square, the Theatre District, and Covent Garden. So there's a lot to do in that area. And then, of course, you have the theater right there, so the Savoy Theater. And, it's just that penultimate resort. And so I included that last. Make sure you subscribe if you would like to start planning a family vacation to London, somewhere else in Europe, the Caribbean, or the domestic US, Disney specifically. I would love to help you. Those are my specialties. Or I'll also recommend you to someone who does one of the destinations that I might not. I have some great colleagues who I can refer you to who are much more knowledgeable about, Africa and Asia that I could definitely recommend. But if you would like me to plan your trip to Europe, the Caribbean, or the U.S. And Mexico, I would love to do that. Just schedule a call below, and I will help you find the hotel that works best for your itinerary, your family's interests, your family's styles, and your family's budget. And that's why I went to stay at all of these resorts, because there's no best resort for everyone. Best means something different to everyone. So I can tell you which one is the best for budget, which one's the best for Harry Potter, anything like that. And so I would love to help you plan your trip to London or anywhere else. Click below, and don't forget to take a break from the busy.
Need help planning your next family vacation? Visit us at showcasetheworld.com to request a quote or schedule a free vacation consultation. Want more great travel tips? You'll find those there too.